So you listed your Dallas home thinking you'd be swimming in offers by the weekend, but instead all you're hearing is crickets. It's a story I'm hearing over and over right now. Many sellers are emotionally and financially anchored to the prices of the wild years, 21 and 22, but the market today doesn't have the same frantic energy. Prices have recalibrated, shifting modestly from those peaks instead of continuing to skyrocket. And if you're staring down a market that feels completely different from when your neighbor sold, you're not imagining things, you're actually right. Inventory levels across Dallas-Fort Worth have surged in 25 and early 26, returning to pre-pandemic norms and giving buyers something they haven't had in years, and choices. In some parts of DFW, the supply of homes has climbed to 4 months or more, a significant jump that moves us firmly towards a more balanced market. This means buyers can be and are incredibly picky. They aren't just looking for a house, they're looking for the house. And they have the time and the options to compare yours against many others. Meanwhile, your home is just sitting there, days on market counter ticking up, and the frustration is becoming very, very real. Over the next few minutes, I'm going to give you the brutal, unfiltered truth about why your listing is getting ignored. We're not talking about fluff, and we're not going to sugarcoat this. We're diving into the 5 uncomfortable reasons your home isn't selling in the 2026 Dallas market. And more importantly, we'll talk about the simple, powerful pivots that will get buyers to finally stop scrolling, pay attention, and actually write an offer. My name is Selden Toole, and I'm a real estate professional right here in DFW. I'm in this market every single day, seeing what's working and what's causing sellers like you a massive headache. And I'm here to tell you, getting your home sold isn't about luck, and it is about waiting for the right buyer to magically appear. It's about strategy. So let's get into it. The number one reason a home doesn't sell was, and will always be the price. But in Dallas right now, it's a little more specific than that. The problem is you're pricing your home for yesterday's headline-grabbing market and not today's on-the-ground reality. Remember the stories? Homes selling in a single weekend with 20 offers, driving prices tens of thousands of over asking. That market is a memory. And while DFW is still a hot destination, predicted to be the top market for investment, the overall trend has been a market reset. So recent reports show that Dallas home prices have seen a year-over-year decline of around 3.9 to 5.7%, a necessary correction from the unsustainable highs. Here's a nuance that trips us up so sellers in the DFW Metroplex isn't one just single market. It's a collection of dozen micro markets. Collin County might see an 8% price drop, while neighboring county holds steadier. Buyers are intently aware of this. The brutal truth is, they don't care what your neighbor got in 2022. They care about the options right now. They have more data at their fingertips than ever before, and they're comparing your home to every other active listing, including the brand new construction down the road offering builder incentives. If your price is anchored to an old peak, you aren't just sitting on the market, you're actively making your competition look like a bargain. The solution isn't an immediate, honest reset. Forget what you think your home is worth and focus on what the data says. You and your agent need to pull a fresh comparative market analysis based only on homes that have gone under contract or sold in the last 30, maybe 90 days. And what buyers are actually paying for homes like yours in your condition today. Pricing your home just 5% over its true current market value is enough to make it invisible to buyers who set online search results. They will never even see your listing. The median days on market in Dallas has climbed, sitting somewhere between 55 and 72 days. A huge change from the past. And if you've had plenty of showings but 0 offers, the market is screaming at you, the price is wrong. A strategic price cut isn't admitting defeat. It's a powerful business decision to get back in the game and command new attention. If pricing is problem number 1, then marketing, or a devastating lack of it, is a very close number 2. In the old market, you could snap a few decent pictures on your phone, throw it on the MLS, and expect offers by dinner. Today, that's a guaranteed recipe for getting lost in the crowd. And let's talk about that crowd. The number of active listings in DFW has exploded, with some reports showing a year-over-year increase of over 40%. And your home isn't just one of a few choices, it's one of thousands. So ask yourself, what are you doing to stand out? So here's where the marketing truth bomb drops. Your first showing doesn't just happen when a buyer walks through your front door. It happens on their phone while they're scrolling Zillow on the couch at 10 p.m. You have about 3 seconds to make them stop scrolling and say, ooh, look at this one. If your listing has dark, blurry, or strangely stretched photos, you've already lost. Professional, high-quality photography is the absolute bare minimum. Studies have shown that listings with professional photos sell to 32% faster and for thousands of dollars more. But in 2026, even that may not be enough. You have a cinematic tour that tells a story, a 3D Matterport tour that lets a buyer from California virtually walk through the space and measure for their furniture, drone shots that show the whole property in its proximity to a park or a cool coffee shop. These aren't fancy extras anymore. They're essential tools in a crowded market. Buyers are creating their short list based on how they can picture their lives in a home before they even agree to a showing. Research shows that buyers spend 60% of their time looking at photos and only 20% on the description. If your online presence is weak, you won't make the cut. The solution is to think like a digital marketer. Invest in a top-tier real estate photographer who gives you the full package. Bright and airy daytime shots, dramatic twilight photos, and detailed close-ups of key features. Then ensure your agent is executing a launch plan, not just listing it. This includes targeted social media ads, posts in local neighborhood groups, and features to all email blasts on the entire block. In a sea of inventory, you don't just list your home, you launch it. All right, let's say your price is dialed in and your online marketing is stunning. The photos are gorgeous, the video is compelling, and you're getting people through the door. But then silence, no feedback, no second showings, and definitely no offers. This is a classic sign of the third brutal truth. Your house doesn't live up to the hype of the pictures. When buyers have options, they transform from hopeful homeowners into ruthless critics. They walk into your home with a mental scorecard, and every little imperfection is a point against you. That scuffed up baseboard, the dripping faucet you learned to ignore, the cluttered countertops, the distinct pet smell you went nose blind to, these things you see as minor are giant red flags to them. They don't see a quick fix. They see a weekend of work, unexpected expenses, and a growing list of hassles. And with plenty of other homes to choose from, why would they choose the one with a built-in to-do list? In the desperate seller's market of the past, people overlook flaws. Today, buyers are actively looking for reasons to say no. They are comparing your slightly dated kitchen to the brand new construction down the street. They're weighing the cost of replacing your 15-year-old carpet against the house that already has fresh, modern flooring. It's not personal, it's financial. The brutal part of these often are little things that you stopped noticing ages ago, but a buyer sees them with fresh, judgmental eyes. A space that's too cluttered or too personalized makes it impossible for them to mentally move in. They can't picture their couch in your living room if they can't see past your oversized furniture and the wall of family photos. The solution is to be ruthless in your preparation. Think of your home not as a personal space, but as a product on a shelf. Depersonalize, declutter, and neutralize. And this is non-negotiable. Rent a storage unit and be aggressive. Pack up half the stuff in your closets and make them feel spacious. Clear every single surface, and for goodness sake, fix the small stuff. That leaky sink, the burned out light bulbs, the chipped paint on the trim, a few $100s spent on these details can stop a buyer from mentally deducting thousands from their potential offer. If you can swing it, use professional staging as one of the best investments to showcase a space's full potential and create an emotional connection. Okay, I know we're covering some tough ground, but if any of this is hitting a little too close to home, I get it. But this is the kind of strategic, honest thinking that's required to succeed right now. If you're finding this helpful, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. I put out new content on the Dallas market every week to help you make sense of all these new changes and navigate your way to a successful sale. This one sounds almost too simple to be a real issue, but I see it kill deals all the time. You can have the right price, great marketing, and a perfectly staged home, but if buyers can't get in to see it easily, it may as well not exist. Today's home buyer, especially the relocation buyer who may be in from out of town for only one weekend, operates on demand. When they and their agent have a window to see homes, they want to see them now or at least within a couple of hours. A restrictive showing schedule is a death sentence in this market. If you require a 24-hour notice or only allow viewings on Tuesdays from 1 to 3 p.m., that buyer isn't going to reschedule their entire day for you. They're just going to go see one of the next 5 houses on their list, the ones that are available. You'll be crossed off the list without a second thought. An even bigger mistake is sellers who insist on being home for showings. And I cannot stress this enough. Your presence, no matter how friendly or well-intentioned you are, makes buyers incredibly uncomfortable. They won't open closets to check storage space. They won't have an honest conversation with their agent about what they like and what they dislike. And they'll just rush through the tour just to end the awkwardness. They can't connect with the space and imagine it as their own if they feel like they're being an intruder being watched. The brutal truth is that the time your house is on the market, you have to think of it less like your home and more like a product on a retail shelf. Your job is to make that product as accessible as possible for someone to pick up and examine. The solution here is simple, but the theory requires discipline. Just say yes to every showing request you possibly can. Use a secure lockbox so agents can get in easily. Go to a coffee shop, run errands, take the dog to the park, whatever it takes to be out of the house for every single showing. The more accommodating you are, the more buyers walk through the door. And the more buyers that walk through the door, the higher probability of an offer. It's a numbers game, and you've got to play to win.